Hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? Oh my goodness, how's everybody doing? Hey, Heather, how are you?
Oh, I just figured you were talking to everybody, so I wasn't going to answer. I'm doing well. I'm getting over a cold, but you know what is magical when you have a cold?
What's that?
Zinc.
Oh, okay.
I've been taking on zinc tablets. All I taste is zinc in my mouth. It's not a good flavor, but I'm feeling much better. So if it works,
I zinc my cell phone Gmail to my regular Gmail. Is that the
wrong
same thing?
kind of zinc? Yeah, wrong kind of zinc. This is techno, so that makes total sense. I'm saying zinc. I'm saying zinc, not sink.
Oh, spelled different. I thought it was.
Oh, I love you, Jalen. I love you, Jalen.
Hashtag Heather is always right. There you go.
Yeah, Diane Bush out there. Jalen is there. Donna is there.
Hey.
Expert seniors. Hey, Ron, how you doing?
Ron is here. How are you, sir? That's right. And everybody, tell us, where are you from? City, state, country, planet, galaxy, whatever else there is. Yeah, whatever.
I would hope we're all from the Milky Way, right? I mean, at least, right?
I hope so.
Although I like that candy bar. I don't love it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never could become a fan of the nougat for whatever reason. I just never.
No, you don't like nougat?
It wasn't
so
me.
No, I love Three Musketeers. I don't know why we're talking about candy bars all of a sudden. I love Three Musketeers. A lot of nougat in there.
This is important. This is important. Yep. This is important tech.
We should do this one time. I have this little, like, icebreaker thing that I would do at my parties. I do the in-person parties, you know, and it's a candy bar personality test. We should do it one time because I think that would. Well, maybe not on this show. We'll do it on mine.
I'm a Snickers.
Oh, I'll tell you what that means in the after show.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Enough of this. You told me about today's show. And so I have everything. I have my Chromebook. I have my iPad, which I have the big iPad. And I have my cell phone. I'm totally ready. Why do I have to have all my mobile devices?
Because and I'm using this term loosely here, but what mini computers do you use? And everything nowadays is a mini computer, even your refrigerator. So my thing is, no, I'm just saying, this is
not my refrigerator.
I know. Yeah, I know. Ever since the kid ran in the bottom of it, it never worked right. So the door never closed right. So, and we've got the same one, haven't changed it. No, but mini. We're talking specifically mini computers. What do you use? What does everyone use out there? Because I know I use my Pixelbook because it has a keyboard. I have an iPad. I don't really use it because it doesn't have the keyboard, and there's something about that tactile thing that I enjoy. I do use the pen to type with, and I the reason I wanted to bring this show up this week is because I feel like I'm using my Pixelbook so much more this week because you know that I'm involved with baseball. And I've been doing a lot of schedule changing and things like that. And I'm doing a lot of it on my phone like this. And I just can't get it. You know what I'm saying? I just can't grasp it. So that's why I wanted to bring this up and see what people use.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because what kinds of things do you do on your phone that you don't necessarily do on a desktop or a laptop? Or what do you do on the Pixelbook that you don't do on your phone? Or like this is a great conversation to have, I think, because for me, you mentioned being on your phone and doing spreadsheets and stuff. And recently I have been doing a lot more spreadsheet stuff on my cell phone, which is really weird because it didn't used to be possible. Like there were a lot of things in the spreadsheet that I could not do that now I can. That make so simple to just open that up and put a little check mark in a box and voila, it's all accounted for. But I can't really do all the fun stuff that you teach us in the different spreadsheet shows that you do. I still have to go to the desktop to do that. Yeah. And then don't even get me started on using my iPad to do spreadsheets.
Yeah, because and you mentioned this to me in the green room beforehand, because I kind of said that too. I said, well, what about the iPad and everything? And you're like, and you brought up a great point. The iPad's wonderful, but Google and Apple don't cooperate too much. So if you want to use your Google products in an iPad, they've just made it so difficult.
Yeah, it's
Even
possible.
commands aren't the same. It is possible. Don't get me wrong. It is possible.
But it's really tough.
Mm-hmm. It is. And the other thing is, I know people that use like the Surface Pro because it has a keyboard, etc. And other things like that. Some people just use Chromebooks. Some people use, I mean, a lot of schools do that anyway. And even a mini computer, really, you know what I'm saying? Just a small computer sometimes. So I think it's interesting. And that's what I was curious about, to see what some of the audience use.
Yeah. So said so far all of the above. I think that was her. Those things. What do you use so far? All of the above. Or maybe she was talking
for me. Yeah, no, exactly. And the hard thing for me though is a tablet, because like I said, sometimes I just want that keyboard. And I know Chromebooks are making it easier now with using your voice to dictate, which is fantastic. There you go, Raspberry Pi. See, I mean, that's really small.
Is really cool, because John Brown, a friend of both of ours and member of our community, before he actually sent my boys a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah,
he did. He gifted them a Raspberry Pi to be able to muck around with, like learning how to do.
I ruined mine.
Stuff. Did you?
I ruined I put ice cream. I put ice cream on top of it. See, that's the only way I can eat. That's the only way I can eat a Raspberry Pi. So,
all right, we got Surface Pro and HP Chromebook. Now I don't know if that's Chris or if that's Jim. But, check that out.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you.
Has the stylus too, he says.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I use it, which is very similar to a Surface Pro, but it's the Mac, obviously, the Mac version, I would say. So I have my iPad and I use the pencil, Apple Pencil that comes with it, and so that I can do all of my art and stuff. But that's pretty much all that I use the iPad for. I use it for my drawing stuff, making line art and things.
Okay, it's a very you did use it though when you were, remember the event that you did outside where you used that as your camera and a live stream through your iPad? I remember that. That was pretty cool too.
I have used it for live streaming. I've used it for as a matter of fact, when we got married last year.
You and I? No, wait.
I don't know if my internet is dying or what.
Oh, okay. As a matter of fact, you talked me. Yeah, you're here. You talked me into one of these things. This is pretty cool. Holds the iPad.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So it's right on. And Mr. Crafter and I got married last year. We had that and the iPad. Yep, and it was it was so that you guys in the Zoom could watch and be a part of the wedding. So that was really cool. Yeah, cool. So you use it for that kind of stuff. But and we just used it in a Zoom last night because, it works great for Zoom, but I don't use it for anything vitally important. It's just not that easy. But I do have like a little, what is this thing? A keyboard?
Yeah. Wireless keyboard.
Yeah, I got it down. Yeah, a little wireless keyboard for the iPad. I don't use it that much because it's so tiny. It's just so tiny, but it's available. It's kind of cool that there's all these things that can make it more computer-like. But and I can use that keyboard with my cell phone too.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's back to normal.
Maybe, right? Maybe.
All right. The phone is smaller than the laptop.
Yeah.
I would hope so. Oh wow, Jolin. 3 phones, Asus Chromebook, Samsung Tablet S6, Surface Pro 6, and an 𝐒𝐴𝐽 desktop. Did I say that right? And a Raspberry Pi from a few years back. Wow. hang out
It's
at
probably spoiled by now.
play games and text on the phone, spreadsheet docs on the computer, right?
Sense.
All the stuff that doesn't work quite right anymore. Yes, exactly. Detachable keyboard. Yes, that's very helpful. Very helpful. No, that was Candy when she said all the above. And stop talking, Candy, she says again. All right. So I will be using the new Works with Google Wacom Creative Pen tablet after Christmas. Oh, okay. Oh, a Wacom. Nice.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. I mean that's what I'm curious about, just to see. I mean, how much do you use those other devices? Like, for example, the one thing. Okay, so one thing I love, and this is one of the reasons why I absolutely love StreamYard too, is because if I needed to do this show, I could do it on my Pixelbook, because if the power, whatever, something goes wrong, I can use that, get a hotspot, get outside in an area, do an actual live show, and have all of the same intro, outro, all that kind of stuff. To me, that's what makes it very easy and convenient. iPad's more difficult for that. The phone is actually easier than the iPad. At least that's my experience. I'm just saying.
You have an Android and you like to use Google products, so they interact much easier, right?
Yeah, but StreamYard is, what do they call that? Amphibious or ambi, whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. But have you tried using the iPad for StreamYard?
Yes, I have. That's what I'm saying.
And you really feel like the phone is easier?
I don't know that I feel like it is, but when I had my one thing, I can keep it balanced with my gimbal.
Okay.
I could keep that, and then all I had to do was touch the screen, and it worked out beautifully. Where I don't have that luxury with an iPad, I have to kind of hold it up.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, that was my only thing there. So, and plus, I felt like getting it started was took a lot to get it going, and I had to give permissions and all that kind of stuff. Mike says, use my laptops, desktops, iPads, iPhone for all the same things. The Raspberry Pis are used to control 3D printers primarily. Interesting. Okay.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
iPad, iPhone, HP laptop, iPad for surfacing surfing the net and playing Candy Crush. Okay, I understand that. Oh, Richard's thanking you for the $20 during Bill's show. You must have won Wheel of... What does he call it? Wheel of Fun. I didn't want to say the other thing. Wheel of Fun, right. And you missed the one, and Richard was your co-winner. Is that how that works?
That's right. Yeah.
That's too funny. All right. Old phones are webcams now. An older iPad is used with a 3D scanner. Oh, now that's a good point, that you can use your older phone. You don't get rid of your phone unless, of course, you have to. But if you don't get rid of your phone, you can actually use it as a webcam.
Yep, I do that same thing.
I think this might be our very first and only comment we've ever gotten from Twitter.
Oh,
thanks
really?
For that.
Wow, thank you, Russ.
That's pretty cool.
So they have their new whatever way of getting on there. So I'm just curious what that looks like.
That's pretty cool. Jolyn says, I love the Wacom tablets. Very cool. She's had one for years. StreamYard is agnostic, operating system agnostic.
There you go. Yes, that's the word I was trying to think of.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Anglo-Saxon something. I was trying to figure something out, but yeah.
Oh, my word. All right. That's right. Something will work. I think that's kind of the thing I think that's the theme we're coming up with here, is figure out what works. I think we all probably use more than one device, period. No matter what we're talking about, we all use more than one. And I like what you mentioned, like the refrigerator being a mini computer, because there's so many things out there. Like, even our televisions. I mean, everyth's got way more computer components than anything anymore. So even like our car, well, not our new truck. Our new truck is a 1998, so it's not computerized.
Oh, it's a new old truck then.
It's a new old truck. Yeah, yeah. But it's not as computerized. I didn't say it wasn't computerized. It's just not as.
Not as.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah. No, I get it, and but I really that's why I wanted to ask everybody, just kind of how you use it or what you use it and when you use it. Why would you use one over the other? Is it mostly because you're in a car traveling? I mean, like I might look at my phone more than I do. I always forget to bring my iPad on that case, and I should because my wife drives because she can't stand my driving. So but you would think that I would have that and do that. But I also get car sick when I'm sitting there looking at a screen the whole time too. So I don't do well with that. So I'm not. And plus, how much I love to travel. So,
which is not at all. The answer to that is not at all. So what's interesting is when we travel, I like to take my iPad and my Chromebook. I take my iPad because, of course, I can do my drawing on it, but I can also watch movies or YouTube or Hulu, whatever I want to watch. I can watch it on my iPad, and it's a big 12-inch screen, so it's great to watch on. I like that much better than my phone. And then I can also download things like videos and stuff like that I can store until I can watch them when I don't have any Wi-Fi or service, which happens when we travel. So that's kind of nice to have like a little library of stuff that I can also read on it too, like a Kindle, read books and things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But my Chromebook I like to have because in case I have to do some work, such as maybe write an email or send out a newsletter or something like that, I really want to do that on a keyboard and have full access to
I agree.
Those things. Yeah. So that's the way I do it. I don't know.
And that's me. I mean, my iPad, the only time I really use my iPad is first of all for FaceTime with my grandkids, because that's what they all have is iPhones. So that's a way for me to do that. I do use it at work sometimes. I've been taking it instead of my Pixelbook, but it's rare because I can't type on it. And so a lot of times I have a computer there at work. So a lot of times I use that instead. And I really should probably, I don't know, I probably should use it more, but I don't. But yeah.
All right. Jolin says, depending on the task at hand, I take the Samsung tablet with our Dropbox shared folder to our jam sessions. Blah, say that 3 times fast, but that's pretty cool. I was wondering if you guys used any kind of mixing or anything like that from your tablets. Like, is that a part of it, or is it all completely live instruments? Because I've seen a lot of. I went to a wedding recently where the DJ did the entire thing on an iPad.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, our cars are computers. You're right.
Yeah, I cannot get the computer. My stuff is not working very well.
Oh, you seem fine over here. I mean, it's just delayed.
Oh, it's not on my end. Oh, wow. And I'm clicking on stuff and it's not working. So anyway, all right. So the 𝐻𝐺 and A units too. Yes, those are mini computers, right? Wouldn't you say?
Pretty much, yeah. Because it gives you response. I mean, it does responses that way. So yeah, I would say home and echo. Yep, exactly. You get notified. That's pretty cool. So I wonder how that. I'm curious how that works. I'd be real curious to see how that works on where it shows up. I mean, he said he got a notification about it, so that's kind of cool. Hey, there's Mrs. Wiggs. Malake, that's right. I'm in the kitchen to control my fancy ovens. There you go.
Oh, now that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Cool. You know what I was wondering about use of any of these gadgets in the kitchen besides the refrigerator. Are there any other smart appliances that anyone uses? Also, do you use any kind of like, I tend to take my iPad into the kitchen for Pinterest recipes a lot. So I was wondering if anybody else did anything similar to that or had a better option that they use.
That's a cool suggestion. Yeah. I love to cast stuff. I cast stuff to the TV all the time. I do that all
Mm-hmm.
the time. So.
And what do you use to do that? Just your phone?
Yeah, a lot of times it's my phone, or if my Pixelbook's handy, I'll quickly cast it from that too. Or I'll use my Pixelbook flipped over like a triangle. So it's now it's just sitting there like just for recipes and stuff like that. I can tap the screen and that kind of stuff. It's really quite cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's what I do with my iPad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tend to do a lot of casting from my iPad to the TV. I like that I can control it all, like a touch screen control on my iPad here. It's better than the remote.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
True, but I like having option to use whatever is at hand regardless of where I am. Yeah. I mean, I get that too. On my Pixel phone. There you go. That's pretty cool. He's watching on this Pixel phone. That's pretty neat. So it gives you a place to comment as well on there. I'd really like to see that setup. I think that's really cool that you can do that. I use my iPad for YouTube, Twitch consumption way more than my TVs. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Mike.
Yeah,
preferring a desktop over anything else. Yeah. Live acoustic. Okay, that makes sense.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
A jam session from the originals.
There you go.
Oh, I remember this from when he was on the StreamYard. Yeah, and he was talking about that he uses it as background music, and he can control it there on his iPad. So that's pretty cool.
That's really super cool. Yeah.
Oh wow. I'll use tablets so that they can access 8,500 lyric sheets. Wow. That's so cool. Recipes are in the ANOVA app on the tablet. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to look into ANOVA.
Yeah. Bigger screen.
Go ahead. Go ahead and read them, please.
That's fine to bring up recipes when cooking. Yeah, that's a great point. Much easier to read when you have that. Yes, a box that say something. Is that what he's talking about? Probably the text or messages back to me. Thanks, Richard. Good to know about the Twitter access too. I think it might have been to Russ.
It was to Russ. Okay. Now there's 3 watching over on Twitter. Okay, that's cool.
And I'm real curious. Can you give a thumbs up or do something like that on the Twitter side? I know you can do that with Facebook, and I know you can do that with YouTube with likes and thumbs up and stuff. I'm just curious if Twitter's integrated that part of it yet. That'd be really cool to see if that's the case. Yeah. Okay. So it says 2 are watching on. Okay. So I can see in the view up here, it tells me how many are watching from YouTube, how many are watching from Twitch, how many are watching. Yeah. And 0 from Facebook. What a surprise.
I just left a comment, she says, over on Twitter.
The Twitter side?
We'll see if it ever shows up. Here's one from Mike. Yeah. Once we get enough of us here on Twitter, we can invade the YouTube gang and rumble.
There you go.
Hey, it's Chris, right?
Chris, how are you, Chris? Yep.
I'm so proud of you that I remembered his name, right? Because whenever you guys come in with these different names, and I know we've had Chris on the show, so I should remember, but I don't. So
I know. Sometimes it's hard to remember all those.
You get to leave a green heart.
Okay, a green heart. Interesting. I didn't know. I don't know what that is or what that means, but that's cool.
He says hi to Diane. Awesome.
There you go.
And Parker said a couple times, your volume is low.
Okay.
So glad you're doing good. We're doing good. All right.
My volume up and yours down. How about that? Let's just do that. See what happens. Well, yours I can't change.
Anytime you can turn me down, that would be a good idea.
Why would I want to do that?
I don't know. I have Twitter, but rarely use it other than sports. That's interesting. I ran into somebody not too long ago who said that, you know how I have been about football. I totally boycotted football last year, and I'm sticking with it. And it was somebody that interacted with me on Twitter about the Packers. And so they had found me over on Instagram and said, I haven't seen anything from you in a long time. I was wondering what you were doing. And it was because that's all I use Twitter for, really, is
That's
when I
wild.
was watching football. Yeah. So it was kind
That's
of
so
funny.
funny. That is so
Anyway,
funny.
he can't turn you down.
Yeah,
it's true.
I can try their setting here. I'm going to try it and see what happens. It's under beta, but I'm going to try and see if I can. See if it'll work. Let's just try.
We'll just see if it works.
Yeah, see if that changes anything.
Love
maybe
it.
Did. Maybe it did.
Love,
it might
love
be.
Blake
Cheers.
leaving comments.
Balake.
Sorry, Balake.
That's all right. Yeah, always good to see you.
All right. Yes, football does rule. There you go. And Watercolors with Michael made it. Hey, how are you doing, Michael?
He's our one watcher over on Twitch.
Well, him and Balake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. But it doesn't show that in StreamYard here in the little view thing. That's weird. Primarily on Twitter and YouTube. Oh, okay. Gotcha. 3D printing. Get it? I get it.
Very cool. It's interesting. We went from talking about little mobile devices or e-computers, however you want to word it, and the different ones that we use and why, to talking about the different socials.
Yeah,
kind of accidentally went that way, just with where you are streaming the show. If you could
heart attack though
to somewhere else, would you choose another place? Like if there was something else you could do, would you do it? If it was
why not? Why not? Yeah. I mean, to me, yes. I mean, because and you did a whole show on this. My whole goal of doing this is to help people. If we can help people, then that's awesome. So for me, the more people that I can get out there and do that for, I think that's awesome. I think that's so for me. Yeah, that's important, and I think that would be a good way for people to if it's more places, then my goodness, let's put it out there and let's let more people learn and get better at whatever they're doing. So yeah, that's just my approach. So yeah, I would go to any platform that they'll let me go to.
I love it.
I look at it.
I kind of figured I knew that, but I thought I'd let you say it.
That's fine. That being said, we are about to wrap up here. If you guys have any other insight to this or anything that we discuss on the show, feel free to leave a comment in the comments afterward. If you're rewatching this and you want to put something in there, please do. We talked about today, what mini computers do you use? And when I say mini computers, I'm talking about like iPads or Chromebooks or just a small computer or a Surface Pro or any of that kind of stuff. And we talked about, Raspberry Pi. And we talked about why you would use that versus using your regular computer, that kind of thing, and what you use it for. So great show. Thank you so much for the contribution from everybody there. Community members, you know the drill. Afterward, you can come into the backstage pass and we will be here to chat. You can chat with us. We really do appreciate support. We thank all the members. Also, we appreciate you guys coming during the live show. It's a lot of fun. We love just chatting, talking tech.
Oh, that's too funny. All we do is mention football just for 1 second.
I know. And look, so anybody that if you guys want to be a guest on the show one time, don't hesitate for that either. Please let us know that. Yeah, let us know that too. You can come on, be a guest, talk about whatever you're doing in the tech world and how you're contributing and helping others with that particular thing. We would love to have you on, that kind of thing. And soon, crossing my fingers, soon, Heather will be on with a big surprise. It'll be fun. I think it'll be a good show. So, but that'll be in the future. I'm not going to say anything more than that. But we thank you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Remember, we're tinkeringwithtech.net. You can click on I missed it this time, QR code way up in the corner there. You can click on that, and that'll take you right to. Thank you. I'm glad you caught us too. Chris, it's always great to see you. Awesome having you around. Thank you, folks. Appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you guys in the backstage if you are a community member. Everyone else, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Heather, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for doing this always.
All right. Bye, all.